What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new stimulus packages slash infrastructure packages, as well as what is going on in the world today. We're going to talk about several of the details that are already in the next stimulus slash infrastructure package, at least for the time being. Remember that anything can be negotiated out or negotiated in. We're going to talk about several of the things that the Democrats are already crying out for that need to be added into this next infrastructure slash stimulus package. Mostly the second one. The first one is the physical infrastructure package known as the American Jobs Plan. The second one is where almost all the stimulus items will be, known as the American Families Plan. So don't forget to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates on the new upcoming stimulus packages. And let's jump right in. Okay, first up, the FDA is being forced to unveil a plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigarettes and cigars. As you can see here, menthol flavored cigarettes and all flavored cigars would be banned in the US under a new plan unveiled Thursday by federal health officials. The FDA said it will issue a proposal within the next year to ban these and all flavors, including menthol. The ban has been long sought after by public health advocacy groups, and the administration was facing a Thursday deadline to respond to a lawsuit filed by anti-smoking and public health groups intended to force the FDA into action. Quote, banning menthol, the last allowable flavor in cigarettes, and banning all flavors in cigars will help save lives, particularly among those disproportionately affected by these deadly products, acting FDA Commissioner Janet Woodcock said in a statement. The move is one of the most aggressive actions taken against the tobacco industry the FDA has ever taken since it gained regulatory authority in 2009. But the ban is likely to take years to implement and will surely face immense opposition from the tobacco industry and its advocates in Congress. Amazon is coming up with their own type of stimulus program as they announced they're going to give raises to over 500,000 workers. Amazon announced Wednesday night that it will give over 500,000 workers a raise, but maintain its $15 per hour minimum wage. The e-commerce giant plans to hike pay starting in mid-May by 50 cents to $3 an hour as part of an effort to hire more people into its customer fulfillment, delivery, package, and sorting specialty fulfillment teams. The raises will cost over $1 billion in incremental pay, Amazon executive Darcy Henry said in a post. She writes, quote, this is on top of our already industry-leading starting wage of at least $15 an hour and the more than $2.5 billion that we invested last year in additional bonuses and incentives for frontline teams. Amazon has already brought on hundreds of thousands of workers since the beginning of the pandemic to match spiked demand. And the company made a record high $21 billion in profit in 2020. Next up, let's go over some of the starting items in the American Families Plan. Remember, we have the physical infrastructure plan, the American Jobs Plan, and the stimulus plan, the American Families Plan, where there will and already is several different stimulus items in there, and there will be multiple different items added in before all is said and done. Let's go over some of the other items that we haven't really addressed too much in this package that is basically stimulus items that could put money in your pocket. Today, President Biden announced the American Families Plan, an investment in our kids, our families, and our economic future. In March, the president signed into law the American Rescue Plan, which continues to provide immediate relief to American families and communities. Approximately 161 million stimulus payments of up to $1,400 per person have gone out to households, and schools are reopening, and 100% of Americans ages 16 and older are now eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine. The rescue plan is projected to lift more than 5 million children out of poverty this year, cutting child poverty by more than half. While too many Americans are still out of work, we are seeing encouraging signs in the labor market as businesses begin to rehire and some of the hardest hit sectors begin to reopen. But the president knows that we need to do more. It is not enough to restore where we were prior to the pandemic. We need to build a stronger economy that does not leave anyone behind. We need to build back better. President Biden knows a strong middle class is the backbone of America. He knows it should be easier for families to break into the middle class and easier to stay in the middle class. He knows that we need to continue to enable those who dropped out of the workforce, particularly approximately 2 million women who left due to COVID, to rejoin and stay in the workforce. The American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan are once in a generation investments into our nation's future. The American Jobs Plan will create millions of good jobs, rebuild our country's physical infrastructure and workforce, and spark innovation and manufacturing here and at home. The American Family Plan is an investment in our children and our families, helping families cover the basic expenses that so many struggle with now, lowering health insurance premiums and continuing the American Rescue Plan's historic reductions in child poverty, aka the third stimulus check package. Together, these plans reinvest in the future of the American economy and the American worker and will help us outcompete China and other countries in the world. Here are some of the proposals that they want to add into this plan. Remember, all these things can be negotiated in, they can be negotiated out, they can be negotiated up to include more. New things will be negotiated in, even up until the very last moment. They want to add at least 4 years of free education. Investing in education is a down payment for the future of America. As access to high school became more widely available at the turn of the 20th century, it made us the best educated and best prepared nation in the world. But everyone knows that 12 years is not enough today. The American Families Plan will make transformational investments to early childhood and post secondary education, aka college, so that children and young people are able to grow, learn, and gain the skills they need to succeed. It will provide universal quality preschool and all 3 and 4 year olds, which basically means that the government will pay or fund preschool so that families will not have to pay for it anymore if it goes through in its current form. It will also provide Americans 2 years of free community college. It will invest in making college more affordable for low and middle income students and including students at historically black colleges and universities, tribal colleges and universities, and institutions such as Hispanic serving institutions, Asian American and Native American serving institutions, and other minority institutions. So the key words here is that it will provide Americans 2 years of free community college. Now, I'm not sure if this will be enough. We may have a lot of Democrats that are pushing for 4 years of college. So, right now, as it stands, at least from this memo, they're looking for 2 years of free community college. So, 2 years of free community college is better than nothing, but we'll have to see if this gets increased to a full 4 years of community college and if and what other types of colleges they include besides just community college. They want to provide direct support to children and families. Direct support means stimulus money or money directly from the government to children and families. The American Families Plan will provide direct support to families to ensure that low and middle income families spend no more than 7% of their income on childcare and the childcare they access is of high quality. It will also provide direct support to workers and families by creating a national comprehensive paid family and medical leave program that will bring the American system in line with competitor nations and offer paid leave programs. The system will also allow people to manage their health and health of their families, and it will provide critical nutrition assistance to families, aka the SNAP program, the WIC program, and the PEBT programs. It's yet to be determined if they will increase this or expand this to either more money or provide this for more months later on down the road. They want to extend tax cuts for families with children and American workers. Now, remember, when you hear tax credits or refundable tax credits or even advanced refundable tax credit, the longer the better there. Remember that stimulus checks themselves are actually tax credits. I got some people that don't believe me or think that they're not. So, right here, you can see here the IRS will use your 2020 income to determine eligibility for both stimulus payments, which are technically a tax credit. The credit will be applied to your 2020 tax bill and may result in a refund. So the stimulus checks are actually an advanced refundable tax credit. Or, in other words, as you can see here, technically, stimulus payments are an advance on a tax credit for the 2020 tax year. The IRS calls the credit the Recovery Rebate Credit. Unlike a tax deduction, which reduces your taxable income and therefore your tax payment, a tax credit reduces the amount of tax you owe dollar for dollar. But whenever it's a refundable tax credit, it's basically stimulus money because the IRS can pay you that whether you owe taxes or not, whether you file a tax return or not. So stimulus checks are advanced refundable tax credits. When you hear tax credit, just think money in your pocket. And the child tax credits, which are going to be paid out in monthly stimulus checks, again, are the same thing. They're actually advanced because they're going to pay it in advance, refundable tax credits. If it's not refundable, it just means that you can't get paid more than what your taxes are owed. But almost all of these tax credits that we're talking about are refundable tax credits, which basically means the IRS is going to pay it to you no matter what. Okay, again, extend tax cuts for families with children and American workers. While the American Rescue Plan providing meaningful relief for hundreds of millions of Americans, too many families and workers feel the squeeze of too low of wages and the high cost of meeting basic needs and their aspirations. The American Families Plan will extend key tax cuts in the American Rescue Plan that benefit lower and middle income workers and families, including the child tax credit, aka the $3,000 to $3,600 payments for children, the earned income tax credit, aka the adult tax credit that is for adults without children, and the child and dependent care tax credit for child care. In addition to making it easier for families to make ends meet, tax credits for working families have been shown to boost child academic and economic performance over time. The American Families Plan will also extend the expanded health care tax credits in the American Rescue Plan. These credits are providing premium relief that is lowering healthcare insurance costs by an average of $50 per person per month for 9 million people and will enable 4 million uninsured people to gain coverage completely for free. So this is a very, very, very long document here, so I'm not going to go over all this. You can see all these different pages here. But basically, what they want to provide more direct support to children and families. They want to provide free college for at least 2 years. We'll see if that's expanded, as well as free preschool. We have multiple different things that are already being pushed for to be included in this next package, including one, expanding Medicare benefits. The president talked last night about the prescription drug costs, how the government and the American people pay more than 3 times more than any other country in the world for prescription drug prices. And this is literally just because prescription drug companies, big pharmaceutical companies, are just price gouging us. So they want to pass a law to force these companies to give us the prescription drugs at the same prices that they're giving it to other countries for. So if they give it to other countries like Canada or the UK or whoever the country is, there's no reason they can't give it to us for the same price, besides the fact that they're trying to gouge us. So I think that they're going to pass legislation on that. Senator Bernie Sanders says that that saves us $450 billion per year just on the US government side, not even counting the extra money that you could save by having lower prescription drug prices. And that $450 billion per year savings can pay for the expansion of Medicare and possibly Social Security increases. They want to expand Medicare to do several different things, have increased or free vision care, hearing care, dental care, and hearing aids, as well as lowering the eligibility age for Medicare to as low as 60 or even 55, which would make more people eligible for Medicare immediately and would give them basically free services included in this expansion of Medicare. And they can do this completely for free just by doing that prescription drug pricing. We also have dozens and dozens of Democrats pushing for not just a fourth stimulus check, but as you probably know, monthly recurring stimulus checks to be included in this next package. We have the Senate proposal, which is $2,000 per month by Senators Ed Markey and Elizabeth Warren, and we have the House Democrat proposal for a one-time $2,000 stimulus check, followed by monthly payments of $1,000 per month for at least 18 months. So, in addition to that, the president spoke last night about the monthly stimulus checks for for the child tax credits that go to children, but it really goes to their dependents who claim them. They don't send stimulus checks to 5-year-olds, but they do send them to their parents or their dependent who claims them. Right now, that is an increase of $3,000 to $3,600 that you will be getting. It's a refundable tax credit. Again, money in your pocket. And the president announced that they want to expand that to at least 2025, which would mean those monthly stimulus payments that the IRS is going to start sending out in 2 months of $250 to $300 per month per child, aka monthly stimulus checks for children and their families. But remember, the fourth stimulus check they're pushing for everybody. The child stimulus tax credit is in addition to that. The president already announced he wants to expand that to at least the year 2025. So that means that monthly stimulus payments will continue every single month of $250 to $300 per month per child until your child reaches 18 or 2025 or later. So I will keep you up to date on all these different proposals. Remember, now is actually the important part of where they're going to be negotiating what's in there, what gets taken out, what gets increased, and what the final bill would look like at the end. So I'll keep you up to date on all the developments because now is actually the very most important time as they're going to be scrambling to decide, oh, do we include this? Oh, do we include this? Oh, let's take that out. Oh, this is too expensive. Oh, we need to raise this tax to pay for this. So now is when we're going to get into all the crucial details of what different stimulus items will be included in this package and ultimately end up helping out you, your family, and your friends. By the way, share this video down below if you haven't yet shared this channel. Share this video with your friends and family so that they know about the stimulus checks for children, the fourth stimulus check, the Medicare expansion, the SSI and Social Security potential increases that could be included in this package. Now, there's a share button down below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Join our family of subscribers as you so you won't miss out on new upcoming videos. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss a video because we cover different stimulus provisions in different videos. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business on the Amazon FBA program where you can sell products on Amazon. And we have already had dozens of students do that and replace their 9-to-5 income. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.